Of course.
Yeah. That Pedro married Dolores for her money. It was purely out of greed, which, may I say, is one of his themes. So, one of the themes of the novel. So, I believe Pedro Paramo was actually just doing it for money, and this shows a theme of his greed and so on and so forth, etc., etc.
Yes, Pedro's a pretty bad guy then, huh?
Yes,
Epitome of evil, if you will.
Well, I was attempting to send that message across. I'm glad you received that.
Yes, well, I know everything about books. I've read many books, many books.
That's why I love you.
I love you too, Juan. Well, let's move on. This is kind of a personal question, if you don't mind me asking. A lot of the ladies out there, I'm sure, want to know.
Oh.
If you're involved at the time, if you know what I mean. I'm certainly curious to see if you are.
Well, I just want to say that I'm not involved.
Whoa!
Whoa, hey, hold on there.
Yeah.
But I guess you could say I am, because my writing is my life, and I don't have any room for anything else. Frankly, I spend most of the time with my cats.
Oh, you have cats?
Yes, many.
Many cats.
I live with my many cats, and I write novels. It stimulates me.
Will this be your favorite novel, then, Pedro Paramo?
Well, a writer doesn't have favorites.
Ah.
They have novels and people read them. I don't know why. I'm just a struggling artist, if you will.
Well, that's fascinating. And we'll be back right after this commercial break. Thank you.
Welcome back to the Paramo Show on this fine May 10th, 1999 with our host, Robert the Reader Jarosinski.
Hi, and welcome back to the Paramo Show today. If you don't mind, I'd like to jump right back in for the question. You don't really have a lot of time.
Yes, that's right.
We have Bill Reynolds from Chimagoo, Washington. Well, I've never heard of that one, Bill. He writes, "Is everyone except for the narrator dead? And if so, then what does it mean by the end when he apparently becomes buried?"
The narrator, you mean?
Yes, the narrator, of course.
Well, again, as a writer, I can't give away my secrets, because I believe the whole lore and mystique of the novel is really not knowing what's happening. I believe by forming your own opinions of the novel, you enjoy it more. But I will say that Juan's death has more ramifications than it seems. Now, although his death ends in the middle of the novel, and you don't really hear more about Juan, you have to go back and think and just wonder about what has happened to Juan. So, but I will assure you all that he does die.
And I'm sure many of your readers out there have read the book many times and are still asking themselves that same question.
I would be too, frankly.
Yes, it's quite confusing, quite confusing.
Yes.
And now we have Betsy Dukakis, who writes, "How did the narrator die? Was he driven by insanity or by hoped death?"
Well,
or neither of the above, of course. You know, these guys are actually not too well educated, like myself and you. So.
Well, we have been to Harvard.
Harvard, yes.
Harvard. But I think the problem with Miss Dukakis is that she's thinking only one-dimensionally. She's thinking only in direction of one. But
Very insightful.
If I were to take one of her choices, I would have to say that it's a little of both, actually. I'm thinking two-dimensionally here, three-dimensionally, if you will. But I believe it's a little of both. First, I think it's insanity, a little bit, because it comes from this confusion of seeing a town, completely full of death. I mean, everyone's dead. He doesn't know who's who. He doesn't even know if he himself is dead. He questions it. Do we have a quote? Well, we can get it later. But I mean, he questions whether he's even alive himself, and so I believe it's a little bit of both. And also, I think that he's hoping for death almost, because he's so confused that by reaching for death, he's thinking, at least it's something I'm sure about. It's a surety, you know? So that's how that all pans out.
Yes, yes. Well, once again, very deep, very deep.
Yeah, so
and it's okay. We'll take a little time and come back after these words. Thank you.